Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a challenge video, and I'm actually going to be doing the one dip makeup challenge. So I don't really think I need to explain this too much, but once you've got a product you dip in it once and then that is all you're allowed to use for wherever you use it on your face. So I've seen Nikki Tutorials do this, Soph Does Life, but I believe the person who originally did this video was someone called Lauren a 9 to 5. So I'll link her video in the description box for you. Okay, so the first step of my routine is normally brows, but because it's a one dip and I normally use a pencil, I can't really do that, so I'm gonna do my brows nearer the end this time just because of the products I'm going to be using. So instead I'm going to start off with my eye base, and I'll be using the P. Louise base in Rumour 2. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit out. You really don't need a lot. I think that's probably too much, but oh well. So I'm going to use this flat top brush. It's not dirty, it's just stained. So I'm just going to load up on my brush like so, and now this bit is all I'm allowed to use. I can't dip back in, so I'm going to just wipe this off my hand, and I'm just going to get my mirror. Okay, so I've got my mirror and I'm just going to start applying this to my eyelid, but both eyelids, only using this amount, which for eye primer should be fine because this is quite a thick one. Okay, so that's my eyelids primed. I'm now going to go on to my eyeshadow, which is going to be a challenge. I think eyeshadow is going to be quite hard because you're supposed to use a little bit, build it in and buff it out, and then go back in, use a little bit more. And you can only dip in once today, so this should be quite fun. I'm dreading what this is going to turn out like, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to do my crease first. I'm going to use Cookie Dough, which is in the Revolution Soph X Extra Spice palette. So I'll just take this Cookie Dough one here, which I use a lot. That's going to go in my crease. I'm going to use this brush to put it on and try to buff it out. And then at the end I will use a different brush just to buff everything out, just so it kind of hopefully works. But I'm going to try and do this challenge so that it actually looks good at the end. I'm going to try. So I'm just going to load up my brush. I won't quite be on. Okay. Okay, so this is all I'm allowed to use. So I'm actually going to go close this palette because I don't think I'll need this till later. And I'm going to use my sleek one because I always use the mirror in this, and just start applying that into my crease. So kind of stamp it on first, then the other side, just so I can try and evenly distribute this. And then start to buff it out. I don't think that's fully even, but it's as good as I'm going to get in this challenge. Yeah, I think my brows are going to be quite a challenge for me. That's the first eye like buffed out. Now this eye. I also think that foundation, concealer and my contour stick will be quite a challenge. Probably all my face stuff. Okay, so that's my eyes done. It looks like I've got more product on this one, but oh well. So I'm going to take my Obsession Belle Jordan palette and I'm going to take the shade Bear, which is this one here. I'm actually going to put it on using my finger, and then I'm going to buff it out with the M433 brush. I'm going to take this finger and just put it in here. I'm really trying to load it up on my finger, get it everywhere. So that's it. I'm going to set that one over there and just start applying this to my lid. That actually hasn't turned out the worst, like, so I'm just gonna use my brush to buff it all in and just blend it in a bit so it's not so harsh. Okay, so that's that so far. So I'm now gonna go in with just this, like, this brush, and I'm going to take the same palette again, and this time use the shade Pops, so this one. Load it up on my brush. Okay, that now can go again to the side because I will need it again in a minute. I'm just going to put this on the outer corner. Okay, so now I'm going to take the brush I just used, so the M433 brush, and buff it out. So far I feel like this is going okay, but there's always time for something to happen. I quite enjoy doing these like challenge videos, so if you guys can think of any challenges that you want me to do, then please let me know. Okay, so that's that so far. Now I'm going to move on to eyeliner. So normally I use my felt tip eyeliners. Obviously it's a one dip thing and that just kind of keeps going, so I can't really use that. I don't have like a liquid one where you can dip it in or anything, so I'm going to use a black eyeshadow. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. So I'm going to use this like flat brush, and I'm going to take the Belle Jordan palette again and take the shade Lola, which is like this black shade, and load my brush up on both sides with it. And then I'm just going to start to do my liner. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is my primer, and I'm going to take the Revolution Pro Prime and Hydrate Primer, as this is the only real one that I've got with a pump. So I'm just going to do one pump. Oh wow, that wasn't a big pump. Oh. Okay. I don't think this is going to cover my face. Oh, oh no. It just about covered my face, but that's not a very big pump. At all. Okay, so now I'm gonna do, I've actually been doing my highlight and contour underneath my foundation at the minute, so I'm just gonna do that. So, okay, so for my contour, I only have this. So what I'm gonna do is load it up on a brush and then use that. That's what I'm gonna do. So, okay, so that's all I got to get done with it. I'm just gonna take my damp beauty blender and just kind of dab it out. Like so. And then this is a doe foot applicator for my concealer, so I'm just going to swirl it around in there and then pull it out, and whatever's on the applicator is what I can use on my face. So I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Vanilla. Not that much, so yeah. I'll use this beauty blender and I'll start with my forehead. Okay, so now I'm going to do my foundation, which is the Ordinary High Coverage Foundation in the shade 2.1p Medium. And this has a pump, so I'm just going to pump it onto my powder. I think I normally have like 2 or 3 pumps. And just make sure that, yeah, that's not closed. Okay. I'm just gonna re-wet this beauty blender. I'll load it all up onto the beauty blender as best as I can. Like trying to get everything on there. It's like there was only a little bit that I didn't get. And just start going. Then I'll take my other beauty blender and just kind of make sure it's all in. This one's completely like clean, it's just damp. I'm glad that this like foundation actually covered my whole face in one pump though. I was quite worried it wasn't going to. That's the foundation done. I normally powder and then like bake and then powder, but I guess there's no baking today, so I'll be using my Revolution Loose Powder Infinite. So I guess whatever comes out on. Right, so I've got my lid here and then this is there, so I'm just gonna. Oh, I don't need that much at all. A load came out just then. So I'm only going to really have this much, but I won't need that much at all. I'm going to use my beauty blender to apply and then use a brush to brush it all off. So I'm just going to get a load on the beauty blender. I'm quite worried about this bit because if you put too much of this on, you have that like really weird residue. Just going to on. Okay, so I'm just going to take my brush, I don't know what brush this is, and just kind of buff the skin. Make sure all the excess powder's off. Okay, so now I'm going to do my brows. Just going to brush them up with this clean brush. Okay, so I'm going to use my Revolution Pro brow pomade in soft brown. I don't know if this colour suits me anymore. I might have tinted them darker since then, I can't remember. But it's all I've really got. I'm going to have to wet it before I put my brush in because it is really dry. Like, nothing. Even if I rub my finger on it, I don't get anything really come off. So I'm just going to spray my essence spray in there just to kind of loosen it a bit. If I can. Wow, I went to spray it and it didn't even go in. There we go. So I'm going to take this brush, swirl it around once. That's all I'm allowed to use for both eyebrows. So whew. So far the colour's not been too bad. I stand corrected, it's way too light. yeah, that's not come out the best, but hey ho. I wonder if I can just get a little bit more of it here. Okay, so now I'll use my Benefit 24-hour brow setter and just twist it. That's all I'm allowed to use for both eyebrows. I have to be really quick at this because, like, I want to get the product on both brows, but then I like to go back in with something and like properly make sure they're all in place. So I'll just use the brush I used before for the actual pomade and just use that to brush the hairs. You know, yeah, like this bit's really patchy and stuff, but hey, that's as best as I'm gonna get with what I could do. So now I'm going to do mascara, so I'm going to take Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And this is all I'm going to be allowed for my top and bottom lashes. So that's all. Like, I want to go and vomit other mascaras because normally how I like two, and then I use one to brush all the hairs out, but I can't. Okay, so that's my mascara done, which I don't think looks too bad considering I was only allowed to go in once. I'm now going to go in with contour, so my Sleek palette, this shade, this brush, load it up. And then like that. Then go in with my blush, so number 7 Apricot Blossom blush, this shade. Use my Luxie tapered highlighting brush. Okay, so that's that, and then L'Oreal Back to Bronze bronzer in 02 Sunkiss. Again, I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to just load it up on both sides. Now it's time for highlighter, so I'll just take my L'Oreal Pure Pearl pot thing, shake it, kind of tap it a bit. So there's all this, and I'm going to load my brush up with it. Just going to load it up. and then swirl my brush around. Okay, so okay, so I'm just going to use this brush just to kind of like buff it out a bit and make it not so strong. Okay, so now that I've done the highlighter, I have the lips, so I'm just going to put on the gloss today, and I'm going to use the Iconic London Lip Plumping Gloss in Nearly Nude. That's my favourite one. So I thought more was going to come out than that, but okay. Okay, so that is the finished look of the one dip challenge. I hope you guys all really enjoyed this video, and if you want more challenge videos then please let me know, and let me know what challenges you would like me to do next. So yeah, I hope you all really enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!